Chim Dike with an explosive.
And he's got Dike. Chim Dike.
And a great job by Dike. Okay, Chim Dike has emerged as the go-to guy
Really
now.
has. I am looking for speed. I am looking for those game changers, those sudden strike artists. And this guy really, really caught my eye. The speed that he had, the second fastest wide receiver, tied with Jalen Noel, someone you've talked about on this show, Danny. And so his speed, the fact that he is a gunner and a punt returner on special teams makes him almost instantly available. I'm sure Hightower has looked at this guy and said, while he is undersized, he's got guts and balls to get in there on special teams and get the job done. So I ask you, Danny, you've done some work on him. Am I anywhere to being right on this guy?
No, I think you hit it home run here with this one. Dike was a guy that was on my list. I was looking at some of his games. Obviously, when you mentioned him, I was familiar with him, and I went in and just kind of dug even more into him. And I think this is a guy that I think once Ben Johnson sees this kid, I think he's going to want him on his team. And you talk about Richard Hightower in terms of his special team stuff. I think this is a guy, Dike. To me right now, from scouting all these receivers, he's probably the best blocking receiver that I've seen so far in this class right now. I mean, in terms of getting downfield, blocking for his teammates, physicality. He's a guy that plays the game hard. He's a competitive football player. Has no fear. You talk about some of the punt return, some of the special teams prowess he has as a gunner, but also going over the middle and making tough catches over the middle with no fear. But yeah, I mean 6'1", 196 is what he measured at the combine with 32 and an eighth inch arm length. So he's got some of that big catch radius ability. 4.3, 4.40 with a 1.5, 110 yard split. A 38.5-inch vertical with a 10-foot 8-inch broad jump as well. So he shows you some of that lower power ability. A 6.823 cone shows you some of that ability to kind of bend and get in and out of his routes. Played for his first 4 seasons at Wisconsin. Made 31 starts there. Led the Badgers in 2022 with 47 receptions and for 689 yards and 6 touchdowns. Transferred to Florida this past season in 2024. Led the team with 42 receptions. Made 11 starts with 783 yards and averaging 18.6 yards a catch. And to be honest with you, watching his tape, if he had a better quarterback play, a more consistent quarterback play at Florida, I think he would have better numbers there as well. So, but again, the first thing that catches your eye with this kid is his ability to block, right? And then you see him the ability to work that middle. And we talked about finding someone in the slot, and this is a guy that can line up everywhere, but predominantly can line up in the slot. He's got that toughness to be able to help seal that edge and kind of block down on that exterior defensive end. So I think he gives you that ability as well. And Ben Johnson, one of the things, although you pointed out when he first introduced, or it might have been at the owners meeting, no block, no rock is what he kind of said for his receivers. Well, this is a guy that's going to block, so I expect him to get the rock. And that's the thing. He's got natural hands catcher. Again, is able to stretch the seam with his 4.34 ability in terms of speed. Does a nice job of tracking the ball over his shoulder, be able to bring in the deep ball down the football field. So I like this kid a lot. I think if he's there in that 5th round, which I believe pick 148, and they're looking for a receiver, I think he fits the bill. Talk about special teams prowess. This guy has both punt and kickoff return experience. We talked about his ability to block. We talked about his ability to add speed from that slot position. I think Chi Dike is a kid from Florida, is a guy that the Bears will look, in my opinion, very, very close at come day 3 of the draft.